Okay, hello everyone. So for today's topic, we'll be tackling about direct and indirect proof. So before we start, here's our learning competency. Write a proof both direct and indirect. Here's our unpacked learning competency. Write a proof both direct and indirect. So now, here's an assumption of indirect proof. Assume the opposite of the conclusion instead of showing the conclusion is true. You show that the alternative is false. So, what is saying here is, babaligtarin mo lang. Okay? So, I know that you already know the hypothesis and the conclusion. So here, if the conclusion is true, you show that the alternative is false. Okay, let's see. Here's the principle of indirect proof. The negation of the assumption and or the desired conclusion is true. Sir, medyo naman nakakalito. Medyo confusing siya. Okay, pakita natin siya. So here's the steps. So first, start by assuming that the theory is false. So your point of view is true, right? But let's assume it is false. Sir, how can we assume that false? For example, uh, your theory, it is big. Assume that it is small. Ganun lang po siya. Then next, we go about our proof and eventually run into a contradiction that is something that doesn't make sense. So, we will go out of the box. Okay? Then the contradiction from step 2 proves our assumption of the theory being false not to be the case. So, the theory must be true. So, at the end, all of this will be true. Sir, medyo confusing. Kailangan natin gawin is, pakita na lang natin ng example. Okay, so, indirect proof first is the same as proving by contradiction. We are proving, but we have a contradiction, which means that the negation of a true statement is also true. So, like in the given of equivalence, we have the truth table, right? So, if the statement is true, the conclusion is true, then the equivalence is true. But here is often used when the given geometric statement is not true. So, pakita tayong example. So, example number 1, given if 2x plus 5 is equal to negative 1, then x is equals to negative 3. So, in the given, so given na eh. So, in the first statement is x is not equal to negative 3. Assumption of the indirect proof. 'Di ba? Sabi, kukunin natin yung kabaligtaran. So, pwede naman dyan is x is equal to positive 3. So, kabaligtarin pa rin siya. Right? Then, we will have 2x is equal to negative 6. We have subtraction property. Sir, paano naging subtraction property? So, you will be minus 5 from the first is equal to, for example, we have 2x plus 5 minus 5 is equal to negative 1 minus 5. So, 5 minus 5 is 0. So, we have 2x, right? Then, how can we get, paano nakuha yung negative 6, sirs? Negative 1 minus 5. So, like sign. So, we have negative 6. Then, the third one is 2x plus 5 is equals to negative 1, which is our given. Sir, saan nakuha yun? Given niya, di ba? Binigay. Then, we have x is equals to negative 3. We have the division property. So, we have the given statement and here's the reason. So, ganun lang po mag-proving ng indirect proof. Okay? Sir, ano yung gusto natin parating? We're concluding eh. 'Di ba? So, we have the statement and we have the reason kung paano natin nakuha yung mga statement na to. Base dun sa given na indirect proof. Okay? So, here's the example number 2. Same as lang siya. 'Di ba? In example number 2, we have the given if 3x plus 7 is equal to 4, then x is equal to negative 1. So, assumption of the indirect proof, gawin natin siyang x is not equal to negative 1. Also the same as x is equal to positive 1. So, same din siya sa nangyari sa po natin na subtraction property. We're going to minus 7 on each side. So, 7 minus 7 is equals to 0, kaya 3x na lang natira. So, 4 minus 7, unlike sign, so we're going to subtract, then copy the sign of the larger number, which is negative 7 tayo kanina. So, negative 3 tayo dyan. So, third statement natin will be the given, then the fourth is equals to x, is equal to negative 1. Sir, paano po yung nakuha yung x to negative 1? By dividing both side by 3 in our second statement. So, kaya nakakuha tayo ng x is equal to negative 1. Okay, so kitang-kita naman. Okay, in the example number 3, we have the given of x, y, z. Then y is not a midpoint of x, z. Prove that x, y is not equal to zy. O assume natin. So pag ginawa natin yung assumption, alamin po natin kaagad yung kabaligtaran. Kung not equal yung kailangan nating i-prove, so yung given natin, ay statement natin dito is equal. So assumption yon. Then y is not a midpoint of x, z. Saan galing yun, sir? In the given. Then third is, therefore, xy is not equal to zy by principle of indirect reasoning or the indirect proof. Yung kanina, yung pinakita natin. Okay, so alam ko na lilito kayo, nakukuha kayo. Later on, after you watch this, you're going to the video conference and I will be giving more and more examples. Okay, but now, let's proceed with the direct proof. Sir, what is the direct proof? Ito po yung pinaka-importanting makalaman natin, the direct proof. This method of showing the truth of a theorem is done by giving a sequence of statements supported by facts. As you remember, yung direct tsaka indirect reasoning, di ba yung sa indirect reasoning, we have the step by step by step. But here in the direct proof or the direct reasoning, we will be having the use facts or proven theorem. So, napatunayan na. So, here's our example number 1. Prove if 3x minus 2 is equal to 1, then x is equal to 1. So, sir, paano po nangyari yon? So, first thing na kailangan tatandaan dito, wag kakalimutan, sa statement is the given. Sir, ano pong susunod? So, how we will eliminate negative 2 there? Sir, mas madali po kapag transpose. Okay, paano natin siya bibigyan ng reason pag transpose natin siya? Kaya meron tayong reason. Here's our addition property. Sir, paano addition? So, you will add 2 to eliminate negative 2 from the left side. So, we will have 3x minus 2 plus 2 is equal to 1 plus 2. So, we will have 3x is equal to 3 will be the addition property. Sir, paano po nakuha yung x is equal to 1? So, by the division property, so we have x is equal to 1. So, by dividing both sides by 3. So, na-prove na natin na yung statement natin na if 3x is equal, minus 2 is equal to 1, then yung x natin is equivalent to 1. So, ganun lang po mag-prove ng direct proof. Kailangan may reason. At yung reason na yon is tama para doon sa statement. Okay? Sir, ano pinagkaiba nung direct tsaka indirect proof? Sa indirect proof, we are kumukuha muna tayo ng assumption. Okay? So, after makakuha natin assumption, saka tayo mag-prove. Diba? Dito po, we're directing. Okay, sir? Let's proceed to the next example. So, prove if 5x plus 8 is equal to negative 2, then x is equal to negative 2. Unang-una dyan, di mawawala yung given natin. Yun, kita nyo naman sa una. So, we have 5x plus 8 is equal to negative 2. That's our given. Then, for our second statement is 5x is equals to negative 10. Sir, paano po nakuha yun? By subtraction property. Sir, ano yung sinubtract natin? Imagine nyo kung paano natin tatanggalin yung positive 8 doon. So, what we're going to do is to minus 8 from each side. Kaya magkakaroon tayo ng 5x minus 10. Sir, paano po nakuha yung x is equals to negative 2? By division property. Sir, ano po yung division property? Punta ka sa second statement. Divide mo siya both side by 5. So, makakuha ka ng x is equals to negative 2. So, na-prove natin na tama yung ating mga statement base sa reason at dun sa problem. Okay, so alam ko kuhang-kuha na nyo na eh. So, before that, let's have our video conference. Pasok po tayo. Alam ko, mas maintindihan nyo po more examples. So, that's it for our video lessons. I hope you will go to our video conference. See you, goodbye, and have a great day.